Last September, we outlined plans for changes to GCSE qualifications designed to address the grade inflation, dumbing down, and loss of rigour in those examinations. We have consulted on those proposals, and there is a consensus that the system needs to change. But one of the proposals that I put forward was a bridge too far. My idea that we end the competition between exam boards to offer GCSEs and core academic qualifications and have just one wholly new exam in each subject was one reform too many at this time. The exam regulator Ofqual, which has done such a great job in recent months upholding standards, was clear there were significant risks in trying to both strengthen qualifications and to end competition in large parts of the exams market. So I've decided not to make the best the enemy of the good. I will not proceed with plans to have a single exam board offering a new exam in each academic subject. Instead, we will concentrate on reforming existing GCSEs broadly along the lines that we put forward in September. Because there's a consensus that the exams and qualification system that we inherited was broken. Our first set of reforms were to vocational qualifications. They were allowed to become less rigorous options under the last government. Alison Wolf's report outlined how to improve the quality of vocational courses and expand work experience. It secured near universal support, and it will soon all be done. We're also reforming apprenticeships. Under the last government, the currency of apprenticeships was devalued alongside every other qualification. The Richard report on apprenticeship reform will restore rigour, as Andrew Adonis has explained so powerfully. And we're also reforming A-levels. Schools and universities were unhappy that constant assessment and modularisation got in the way of proper learning. So we're reforming those exams with the help of school and university leaders. GCSEs will now also be reformed in a similar fashion. The qualifications should be linear, with all assessments normally taken at the end of the course. Examinations will test extended writing in subjects such as English and history. They will have fewer bite-sized and overly structured questions, and in mathematics and science, there should be a greater emphasis on quantitative problem solving. Internal assessments and the use of exam aids will be kept to a minimum, used only where there is a compelling case to do so, to provide for effective and deep assessment of the specified curriculum content. Importantly, the new GCSEs will be universal qualifications, and I expect the same proportion of pupils to sit them as now. This is something that we believe the vast majority of children with a good education should be able to achieve. But reformed GCSEs will no longer set an artificial cap on how many pupils can achieve by forcing students to choose between higher and foundation tiers. Reformed GCSEs should allow students to access any grade while enabling high-quality assessment at all levels. The appropriate approach to assessment will vary between subjects, and a range of solutions may come forward. For example, extension papers offering access to higher grades alongside a common core. There should be no disincentive for schools to give an open choice of papers to their pupils. I've asked Ofqual to ensure that we have new GCSEs in the core academic subjects of English, maths, the sciences, history and geography ready for teaching in 2015. These proposals will, I believe, achieve a swift and significant rise in standards right across the country, equipping far more young people with the knowledge and skills they need to achieve their full potential. Reforming qualifications alone is not enough to ensure higher standards for every child. We also need to reform how schools are graded to encourage higher expectations for every student. Existing league tables have focused almost exclusively on how many children achieve a C pass in 5 GCSEs, including English and maths. Yet this deceptively simple measure contains 3 perverse incentives. It encourages schools to choose exams based on how easy they are to pass, rather than how valuable they are to the student. It causes a narrow concentration on just 5 subjects, instead of a truly broad curriculum, and it focuses teachers' time and energy too closely on just those pupils on the CD borderline, at the expense of their higher or lower achieving peers. So today I'm proposing a more balanced and meaningful accountability system with 2 new measures. The percentage of pupils in each school reaching an attainment threshold in the vital core subjects of English and maths, and an average point score showing how much progress every student makes between Key Stage 2 and Key Stage 4. The average point score measure will reflect pupils' achievement across a wide range of 8 subjects. So as well as English and maths, it will measure how well pupils perform in at least 3 subjects from the English Baccalaureate: sciences, history, geography and languages. as well as computer science, and also in 3 additional subjects, whether those are art subjects, academic subjects, or high-quality vocational qualifications. This measure will incentivize schools to offer a broad, balanced curriculum with high-quality teaching and high achievement across the board. It will also affirm the importance of every child enjoying the opportunity to pursue English baccalaureate subjects. By measuring average point scores rather than a single cut-off point, the new measure will also ensure that the achievement of all students is recognised equally, including both low attainers and high achievers. Alongside today's proposed changes to exams and league tables, we're also publishing our proposals for the new national curriculum in England. Over the last 2 years, we've examined and analysed the curricula used in the world's most successful school systems, jurisdictions such as Hong Kong, Massachusetts, and Singapore. And we've combined the best elements of their curricula with some of the most impressive practice from state schools in this country. And the result is published today in a new draft national curriculum for the 21st century, which embodies high expectations in every subject. We are determined to give every child, regardless of background, a broad and balanced education, so that by the time their compulsory education is complete, they are well equipped for further study, future employment, and adult life. All of the current national curriculum subjects will be retained at both primary and secondary levels, with the important addition of foreign languages to be taught in Key Stage 2. Our new draft programmes of study in core subjects are both challenging and ambitious. They focus tightly on the fundamental building blocks of study so that every child has the knowledge and understanding to succeed. A key principle of our reforms is that the statutory national curriculum should form only part of the whole school curriculum, not its entirety. Each individual school should have the freedom to shape the whole curriculum to their particular pupils' aspirations, a freedom already enjoyed by the growing number of academies and free schools, as well, of course, as schools in the independent sector. Programmes of study in almost all subjects, other than primary English, mathematics and science, have been significantly slimmed down, and we've specifically stripped out unnecessary prescription about how to teach and concentrated only on the essential knowledge and skills which every child should master. In maths, learning from East Asia, there's a stronger emphasis on arithmetic and more demanding content in fractions, decimals, and percentages to build solid foundations for algebra. In the sciences, there's rigorous detail on the key scientific processes, from evolution to energy. And in English, there's more clarity on spelling, punctuation, and grammar, as well as a new emphasis on the great works of the literary canon. And in foreign languages, there'll be a new stress on learning proper grammatical structures and practicing translation. In geography, there's an emphasis on locational knowledge, using maps and locating key geographical features from capital cities to the world's great rivers. And in history, there is a clear narrative of British progress, with a proper emphasis on heroes and heroines from our past. In art and design, there's a stronger emphasis on painting and drawing skills. In music, a balance between performance and appreciation. And we have replaced the old ICT curriculum with a new computing curriculum, with help from Google, Facebook, and some of Britain's most brilliant computer scientists. And we've also included rigorous computer science GCSEs in the new English baccalaureate. Mr. Speaker, with sharper accountability, a more ambitious curriculum, and world-class qualifications, I believe that we can create an education system which can compete with the best of the world, a system which gives every young person, regardless of background, the high-quality education, high aspirations, and high achievement they need and deserve, and I commend this statement to the House.